Thank you. It's a real honor to be able to be here today because I'm very fortunate to be able to speak in front of a lot of audiences, but I'll tell you right now, this is one of the most humbling experiences I've ever had the privilege of speaking for an audience like this, because very few places I go do I stand next to a table with a chair where buddies like my former roommate, Sergeant Cody Lake, should be sitting tonight, and many others that you all know. And extremely humbling, and I hope you all realize this. This right here, that what we're doing, this has not always been this way in America. You can ask any veteran from an older generation, and by the way, if you've served in any capacity, I appreciate you, and I thank you. And more particularly, I know there's one particular generation that really got the bad card, and that was the Vietnam veterans. And so if you're a Vietnam veteran in here, before I say anything else up here, I want to say thank you, and I want to say welcome home. So often, I've been told thank you for my service, and I'll be honest, I've been told that so many times, I can't even count that high. And I appreciate it so much because it allows younger guys like me, in my generation, what happened generations past is not happening anymore. And whenever I'm told thank you, I always say thank you in return, because guys like us wouldn't get the opportunity to do what we do if we came home and we were spit on. We would have been pushed out into the woods and the homeless, all the bad things that you hear about in that particular generation because of so much that happened wrong to them. And so many people realize the wrong that was done, that it's going in the opposite direction now. And myself and many people who have served in my generation in this war on terror are the beneficiaries of that. So I say thank you to all of you for your support, sincerely, because this allowed me the opportunity not just to write books, not just to speak like I do, but to honor those who did not come home. It's allowed me to become an entrepreneur and to do something with my life when I almost lost it. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. A lot of questions you ask after coming home about why I came home, and a lot of other people didn't. But the greatest way we can honor those who didn't come home is to do something with the life that we still have. I think the biggest way anybody could ever spit on the grave of our fallen heroes is to come back home and let their life just be completely wasted and do nothing with it. Because I don't know about any of your experiences, but for me, the guys that I've served with that didn't make it back, they would be in my face if I wasn't doing something. Right now, I mean, it's like if I ever feel bad for myself, I can hear them just, kicking in the rear end saying, hurry up and get a move on, stop feeling bad about things, stop feeling bad about us. We died doing what we love, defending the country that we love. And every time we choose to give up and quit or remain neutral on certain issues in this country that affect veterans, we are dishonoring those who died for that very cause and right to assemble like we are here tonight. Every time life hits us hard, yet we resolve to push forward through the pain and hardship, we honor those fallen heroes because we know that if they were still here, they'd be running this race alongside of us. And in the famous words of Abraham Lincoln, who once said, "Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other." And it's because of them, our fallen heroes, and only them, that we have the privileges that are afforded to us living in the United States of America, which, in my opinion, and I don't care who doesn't like it, is the single greatest nation in the world. I have lived in several foreign countries. I've been to much of the rest of the world, and I've had some very good experiences and some very bad ones. But beside all the issues that this country faces currently and in the past, and that we'll face in the future, I would still rather live here with the issues than anywhere else. America is still the exception. I've always found it interesting that our nation has so many critics. Of course, I've also learned whenever you're on top, everyone's gunning for you. And that's the case with our nation. We're so blessed. And of course, we're going to have critics. In fact, I told somebody the other day who was telling me somebody was criticizing them, I said, if you're not being criticized, you're probably not doing it right. And that just comes with the territory. It comes with being American and living in a country that we do. And it's also interesting that with all of our critics, they still want to come and live here, or at least visit. So we must be doing something right. And yes, our country has its problems, but it also has great heroes, and also has one of the most incredible spirits. I mean, you never hear about the Chinese dream. You never hear about the Brazilian, the Russian, or the Chechnyan dream, do you? I never have. And if there is, God bless them, but I hear about the American dream, and I was raised to believe in that American dream. And when I was wounded in combat, I was wounded defending a country that I loved. And looking back on it, being just 6 or 7 years ago, back in 2006, there was a long time after I was injured, I didn't know if I would want to do it again because I was in so much pain. Second and third degree burns, much of it has healed now. Skin scraped off with razor blades at Brooke Army Medical Center. All that pain I went through, didn't know if I was going to die or live. And asking 2 questions as I woke up in a ditch on the side of the road in Kandahar, Afghanistan. 2 questions I asked were, 1, what did I do with my life that mattered? And 2, what did I do for other people? I never knew what questions I would ask if I were about to die. But in that moment, I didn't know my condition. And my medic told me I was going to be fine, but I could see the fear in his eyes. And he was telling me what he was supposed to be telling me. And asking those 2 questions, I prayed that day, if I get another chance, if I don't die today, I will commit my life to answering these questions. What did I do for other people, and what did I do with my life that mattered? Because in my dying moments, or what I thought were my dying moments, I honestly could not answer those questions satisfactorily for myself. And that was more terrifying than any gunfight or any IED or any suicide bomber I had encountered. And now, what was once my greatest curse is now, in my own opinion, become one of my greatest blessings. Because I understood, and I still understand to this day, that what happened to me was not for me. In your lives, the things that happen to you, they're not for you. They're for somebody else. Because after I was injured, I began finding that people would ask me about my injury. And they would say things like, you know, Brian, if you can make it through that, here's what happened to me. But if you can make it through that, I think I can make it through this. And all of a sudden, somebody's life was changed for the better because of the fact that something very terrible happened to me as a result of defending the country that I love. And that set me on a course. It was a 1-degree shift in my mind. And that's all it takes. These guys we work with, guys I've mentored and had the privilege of working with, helping them overcome post-traumatic stress and a lot of other issues, mentoring them in public speaking and entrepreneurship. That's what made the difference. They said, you know, maybe I can do something. That's what I said when I met my mentor. And that has made the greatest difference. If you don't know what you can do for America's heroes, these guys coming back, you can mentor them. Take what you know and teach them something. All we have to be is willing. And if they're willing, please continue to support them. And tonight, I just want to, to all our fellow service members in attendance tonight, their families, and our distinguished guests, I'd like to present a toast to America's fallen heroes. Thank you very much.